next year can go well for the Bruins. They can have a lot of good key contributions and growth from their young players. And James Higgins could have a pretty successful rookie season of being a 35 to 45 point player, maybe more. I'm not going to put that on him. Fraser Minton can take the next steps and go from a 35 point guy to a 45, 50 point guy. Maybe Dean Letourneau comes along next spring after BC's season ends, and not to put too much pressure on him either, but maybe he has, given his size and skill set, maybe he has like a Porter Martone impact next spring in Boston, and people are turning their heads left and right and saying, wow, Boston really has somebody here, including McAvoy and Pastrnak. So I think that that's the best case scenario. And even if the Bruins don't make the playoffs or go very far, if their top players can see the plan, then all of a sudden there's buy-in. But if James Higgins puts up 10 to 15 points next year and he's traveling back and forth up and down 95, and Dean Letourneau doesn't debut in Boston at any point next year, and Fraser Minton has a sophomore slump, and Husnudinov has a sophomore slump, and Jeremy Swayman takes a step back or gets injured, or there are injuries to key players, Geeky takes a step back, the Bruins are floundering, they're not making the playoffs at the deadline, they trade Zacha, now Pastrnak is more pissed off. Okay, what's he looking at next summer? What excitement does he have next summer to tell him, hey, I'm pretty close to a championship? Because we all know what he said at the end of last season, and I played it last episode. So this is not me pushing the panic button, but if we aren't having this conversation about hypotheticals of what could happen if things go well versus if things go wrong, then we're not being honest with ourselves here. If it happens to other players on other teams, why can't it happen to the Bruins' top players in Boston? Again, it's a business. It's a business. So if things aren't going well and McAvoy and Pastrnak can't see the bulletin board plan and they're not encouraged, sure. I'm not saying that they will, but they could. So it's definitely a conversation worth having. And now that we've had it, we can, keep an eye on it.